Hey friends, it's Jamie and Miles again here at our private Facebook group. We are so glad to have welcomed several new members, pilot members, last night before we went to bed. So I have some more to add, I think, this morning or this afternoon. But we are on the road back home from our road trip to Tennessee. And we are doing a take two at the rest stop because we tried to do this when we were on our way to Tennessee, and I had to stop because we got an important phone call. So that I felt really bad about that. We were in a rush to try to beat the rush hour traffic when we hit Nashville, so I wasn't able to redo it. But here we are. I thought I would hopefully get a chance to come back on the way home. So we are at a rest stop, and I'm just going to go over really quickly just some tips and tricks that we do when we're on the road with food allergies. We just stopped and ate lunch, but my phone call on Tuesday, was that Tuesday? Was that we had to get it because it was that Miles made the competitive soccer team. Good job, buddy.
Thank you.
He's gonna play frisbee here with Dad and Graham while I do this video, so we're just kind of hanging out for a second while some of you guys pop on. But yeah, so Miles made the soccer team, and I knew it was an important phone call. I didn't know what they were going to tell me, so I had to get it, so I apologize. But we promised we would do this. I'm going to give you guys a few of our tricks for eating on the road and why we stopped where we stopped. This is one of our favorite places when we can hit this rest stop. It's here in Kentucky. We're by Paducah. And so I'm trying to kill time. Where are they're taking so long? Do you have anything to say to the kids today? Did you have a good trip in Tennessee?
Yeah.
What was your favorite thing? Was it an activity or was it a food?
Well, we didn't really get that much food.
Yeah, we just went to Whole Foods and ate your normal stuff.
Well, I did like that night when we were at the fountain.
We went to a fountain in Franklin. Yes, a cute little quaint town. And there's Graham.
Hi.
Are you guys going to go play frisbee while I talk about food?
I'm not.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
you are. Yeah, totally you are. Say
I'm
hi to Jessica. Hi, Jessica.
Oh, hi.
And my battery's getting low, so I got to be productive here. All right, you guys go play frisbee. Wait for
I'm
Dad.
not going to play frisbee. I'm going to play with my gun.
Okay, go play with guns. Okay. All right, so I'm going to get to the tips, you guys. So one, this was hubby's idea. You can see in the background that there is a hospital. So whenever we take road trips, like I said, we've taken, at least a dozen, one a year. We're getting more brave. We started out, you guys have asked these questions as I was talking about the road trip this week. Our first road trips were when Miles was a baby. He was diagnosed at 8 months with anaphylaxis to milk. And we probably took a trip when he was about 1, and we've taken a yearly trip every year. We have not done an airplane yet, but we always take car trips, and we started in really small baby steps. So in the first 1 or 2 years, it was like just a day trip, about an hour and a half away or so. And then we started doing like 4-hour trips to amusement parks and things like that as he, was about 3, 4, 5 or so. And of course, we always had baby brother to tote around too, so it was always a little tricky. But my little thing on Thursday was just about how it's really nice to get away and get a change of scenery, but you just have to be super safe with food allergies. I don't totally need my sunglasses on. But I did not put on makeup. This is car road, so bear with me, peeps. And so some of our tricks on doing the road trips with food allergies is to, of course, pack all of your safe food because we do not stop at McDonald's or anything like that. Miles eats everything out of our car, and even when we get there, we grocery shop and make all of his food for the most part, unless it's Disney. So we have a bag that we put in the trunk that is like our meal bag. So I have a big old 31 bag here, and so that has all the food that we're going to have at lunchtime. So here we are at a rest stop, and we're having our lunch, so we got out our big bag of snacks. Hello to Julie. And then we have a car snack tote that sits between them that is just snacks that they can eat while we are in transit. And usually those are things that we know are super, of course, safe. Everything that we pack is safe, but the things that we put in the car, we want to make sure that Miles has eaten out of the package already, and it's things that he's really, really fine with. And then we have a cooler in our trunk just for a few cold things. So I was just going to show you really quickly. One of the awesome things for the road is the little pepperonis from Applegate. The kids can just eat these with crackers and have a quick little lunch. Hi to Jamie. The Ritz crackers, they'll eat like these together. Ritz crackers and the little pepperonis. I always have a sharp knife. This is wrapped in a paper towel with a rubber band around it. And so we have this for things like cucumber slices. My kids are really good. I think Food Allergies makes us really healthy about just making sure we always have a carb and a vegetable and a fruit and that protein, so the kids know that they are looking to have each one of those little food groups in their meals, and so we always make sure that we have something like a vegetable and a fruit. So this was baby cucumbers that Jeff had washed up earlier, and so again we have the knife with us. We have a little thing of cantaloupe that we cut up for lunch, so we have that. Hello to Kristen. You guys were talking about Whole Foods and cheese. We actually did bring our cheese from home. I didn't realize that, but Jeff has had this in the cooler, and this is his tofutti cheese, so he'll eat this with the pepperoni and crackers, and so that's kind of what lunch looks like on the road. We also really like the little to-go peanut butters. I know some of you guys have peanut butter allergies and that won't work for you, but this is an option if you don't have peanut allergy. And there's just all kinds of stuff here in our snack bag, but I just wanted to touch on how we have the lunch bag in the trunk with non-perishables. We have a cooler in the trunk with a few perishables. We really try to limit that. Jeff and I get like the little adult lunchable kind of things, and sometimes they will have cheese or whatever, but we're really careful about hand washing, so we're at a rest stop where we can wash hands with soap and water. We also have our hand wipes with us, so we made sure we had a big bucket of these, and these are just baby free and clear hand wipes where the friction is what removes the food proteins. You don't want like a hand gel, you want friction and a wipe, and so we really like those. Here for my lunch, I ate the little Epic things that I picked up at Whole Foods and had some chips. These are nice. The little Terra vegetable chips are a nice little way to eat a vegetable if you don't have fresh cucumbers or carrots or whatever. We have a thing of bananas. Those are always easy for the road. So I wanted to just give you a few other little non-food tips. This was kind of just something I wanted to share with you because it happened and we were just getting here and I thought, yikes, like this has never happened before, but Miles like randomly crashed in the backseat of the car. He does not take naps ever, and Jeff was driving and looked back and he's like, is Miles asleep? And I looked back and he was totally crashed, but like in the most uncomfortable way. He had a pillow but he wasn't using it. His head was on the armrest, and like my first thought was my heart just like sunk because I was like, is he okay? Because it was just very unusual for him. So I kind of just shook him a little bit just to make sure he was breathing, and could tell that he was, and made sure there were like no hives or a swollen lip or just his typical reaction signs, because I just was like, my first thought was, did he, because he did have like a little Back to Nature, is that what it is? No, Nature's Bakery brownie bar, and we ate that when we were close to a big city. So when he has the little snack in the car, you know, we wait until we are close to a city. So he had that snack, but then the next thing we knew, he was crashed. So total mom food allergy thing I know you guys can relate to. Has that ever happened to you where just something random and out of the ordinary and you just panic because you don't know if everything is okay? But he was, but I gave him his pillow and said, lay your head on the pillow, you look uncomfortable, and he went back to sleep. But that was definitely just, you know, you're driving, they're eating food, you're in the middle of the interstate, in the middle of nowhere, and they do something just strange like that. You just want to check on those things. You know, sometimes when Miles disappears for too long, I go check and see where he's at, make sure he's not hiding somewhere with a reaction. When he was little, about the age of 7 or so, that was like his thing. He would go kind of hide when he didn't, when his throat would feel funny or something. So we really had to work through that because that is a big no-no. But so anyway, I just wanted to share that with you guys. He's fine, but I had a little panic moment. And then the other thing that I want to share, Jeff set up my camera, as you can see right behind me, is a big hospital here in Paducah, Kentucky. So when we do stop and do this big lunch or meal, So we got all the foods here. When we do that, we do make sure that we are as close to a big city with a big hospital as possible. So we are really comfortable stopping here because we have a big old hospital right here behind us. So we aren't eating any new foods or anything like that, but just to take that extra precaution is good if you can do that. So there are times, I remember when we were driving to Disney, which is an 18-hour drive for us, and it took us 2 days, and there were days where we were really hungry for lunch, but we just were not by a big enough city to be comfortable with that, and that's why we have the little snacks in the back seat for them that we know are safe, and it's just like, just have another snack and we'll try to stop for lunch as soon as we can get to a good place for that. So that's kind of how we definitely have to do the hold you over until we get to the right place kind of thing, instead of just fine, let's just eat, everybody's hungry. We're always trying to be intentional about making sure that it's going to be a good, safe location to have a big lunch on the road. So we are just extra cautious. We do these road trips, but we don't take them lightly, and we're always being strategic and thinking just through all the safety things that we need to do to keep our son safe. And like we said in our, what video was that? Wellness Wednesday with Miles, that we've never had a reaction. So, and when you don't have those setbacks, you just get better and better, like we said, just practicing and keep doing it and getting more comfortable and going farther, and maybe we'll take a plane ride soon or go somewhere farther. But yeah, so those were my tips for today. This was just a little extra here in the group. It was Food Find Friday, so if you have a dairy-free food that you would like to share with us, find that thread and post a picture, and if you have the picture of the ingredients, that's even better. That's really helpful. And there's been a couple of people post on the timeline where it was a topic that I could move into one of the threads, and so I've done that, but I keep tagging you guys and letting you know that I've done that, so I hope that you don't mind. I was just trying to keep everything nice and tidy and easy to find. You guys are getting notifications when we post here, and again, the whole goal is not to just have lots of rabbit trails for us busy moms to get lost in each day, but to be able to just come in and get a quick daily dose of encouragement in the topics that we love to discuss, food and real life and bringing the kids in and things like that. So we think that it's going pretty well. If you have any tips or suggestions on how we can make this group better, feel free to shoot those over to me. You can do it here in comments, or you can do it in private over at the website at our private page. Our password is still group 617 for June 17th, and we'll change that next month for July. I think that is it. I don't want my battery to die. I hope you guys enjoyed this little extra today. If you have any tips or tricks taking a road trip with stopping for food and what you like to do, please share that with us. It's all about discussion here. It's not just me jabbering about my tips, but I also am learning so much from you guys. So be sure to share your ideas and tips too. And I'm gonna go join the family for a little bit of Frisbee, and then I might end up doing what Miles did the rest of the way home, taking a little nap. We will see you guys, what's tomorrow? Saturday. So recipe swap Saturday. So if you have any awesome recipes that you want to share, tomorrow would be the day to do that. You can take a picture of the recipe card, you can type out the recipe, you can show us a picture, you can link us to a site that has an awesome recipe. All those things are fair game for Recipe Swap Saturday. And then on Sunday, we take a break from the Facebook group, and I just send a quick email of encouragement or anything that I think is important that you might want to know about. There was a milk recall today, and I posted that here in the group as well as on our page. I think that you'll find that you won't know that it's on the Facebook page unless you go looking in our public page, but here in the group you should get notification on those milk recalls so that they come right to you and you know they're there, because I always get really discouraged when so many people miss them on the page, but that's just the way Facebook is, and that is why we think this group is going to be extra awesome. And so we're glad that we can post the recalls here. Georgia says, have a great rest of your trip. It's not very much longer, Georgia. I think we're about 4 hours from home, but thank you so much. It's been a pleasure sharing this trip with you guys. Totally something we have never done before. Usually when I take a trip, I hide and don't tell anybody that we're gone and try to maintain Milk Allergy Mom under the radar, but it was really, really fun to bring you guys along and be able to share with you all the things that we were doing behind the scenes. So I appreciate you guys being with us, and my family allowing me to do this, because I do take little breaks from the family time to do this, and they have been awesome. Jeff's like, yeah, make sure you get the hospital in the back, and Miles is like, I'll get on and say hi real quick. So I think it's going to be a total family affair doing this group, and we hope that your family wants to stick around and stay with us too, because it's going to be awesome. All right, you guys, have a great weekend. Kind of forgot it was Friday. Have a great weekend, and we'll talk to you later, guys. Bye.